Hey, so second minimal roguelike. Um, it's similar to Asteroid, my previous game. It's got this kind of minimal gameplay without the normal deep complexity that you have to learn for most roguelikes. So it's designed to be fast to play, but still capture the core roguelike mechanics. I hand drew all the characters in this game. So I'll show you what I used to do that. Basically, I have this old ThinkPad tablet, and it's got a inductive stylus like you can find on the modern, Samsung Galaxy Note type of tablets. And it's a really fun way to do the graphics for this, like being able to just draw any kind of character or background item element that I was missing. So I used Smallest Quest was built for this new venture I'm doing with some guys, Punk Collective. So basically we're making a game every month, and each of us makes a game, so we each get about 3 to 4 months to build our game, and then we release one game per month, kind of like a sequential way. If you want to find out the next games that are being made by the Punk Collective, we've put out 2 so far. The first one was Blatix, and mine is the second one, Smallest Quest. If you want to find out when we're releasing the next games, you can sign up at the bottom of thepunkcollective.com. It's like an email box. And so to build this one, I used Roguelike Browser Boilerplate again. So this is my JavaScript project for building minimal roguelikes. I mean, they don't have to be minimal. You could use it to build a deeper roguelike, but I like to build things quickly. Roguelike Browser Boilerplate was helpful, obviously. Allowed me to start from a pretty good place and get it done in sort of 3 months. Well, actually, it took me quite a bit longer than that, 4 months. But another thing I did in this game was all the effects are CSS. So when you see like these things here bobbing, just turn down that volume a bit. When you see these items here bobbing, this is all CSS and this thing here. So the game's made using browser tech, and even like positioning these elements here are just div tags with images inside them, and all of the hover effects you see here are all done with CSS. And when the characters move on the screen, when they do this little jump, that's also CSS. And it's I found it a pretty good way of developing. Using the browser, you get all the richness of the browser. And the kind of like interactive tools that you have in there, like being able to inspect objects and stuff like that. And then being able to, build the logic of the game first and then add this kind of juice, the effects on top of it afterwards, is a good way to do it. Means you can focus on the gameplay and then put the effects in at the end. I'm actually giving a talk at Roguelike Celebration in October, so Roguelike Celebration 2021. So if you're interested in that, check it out. My talk, it's October 17th. I think my talk is on the Sunday if you're on US time, or Monday if you're in my time zone. And I'll be talking about Smallest Quest and Asteroid and this technique of using browser code to build your games, and then CSS to add juice and stuff like that on top later. So I guess, is there anything else I want to say about that? I think, this is probably the last game I'll do in JavaScript. I ran into a lot of issues with like mutating variables and stuff like that, and really when you build stuff with, I'll be using ClojureScript from now on, because when building stuff with ClojureScript, I just find there's a lot less bugs. Like there's a lot less of the types of bugs that end up eating hours of time. You know, and when you're stressed out at the end of development and you're trying to get the game finished, those kind of bugs are not fun to have to deal with. So I think certainly for my next few games, I'm going to try and really double down on ClojureScript. I've been building web backends in ClojureScript as well, and I'm just really sold on the language as a whole. So if you're into ClojureScript, keep an eye out for that. My next game will be built with that. And that's it. I hope if you play the game, I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for tuning in again. Have a great one.